one it's our tower servers. So one tower, one server, but it is one rack. It is one single rack. This entire rack is a single server. The starting cost is this one. You can see it is there is some specifications are there, and this see the processor and their number of cores. So up to memory kind of stuff. So there is a storage base, different type of sizes of storage base, but different type of storages, write controller information, and network interfaces. Two embedded network interfaces, one dedicated network interface is there. Expansion slots like that. Okay, so you can go to 3D tour. Okay, so it is a overview. It is showing overview 3D view. I'm in direct Lenovo website. Okay, so you can see in the front side. So these are all as storage connections. Directly you can open this small box and you can insert your SAS storages directly. And you can connect front side only. You can connect the monitor, keyboard, mouse kind of stuff because you are getting USB and monitoring keyboard also. This is side, top, bottom. Bottom is not showing you because of it is also show like this only. But you can see the back side. Backside also we have a monitor, keyboard, USB connections, monitor related VGA connection is also there backside also, and LAN ports also it is you can see. And there is a so this complete one single rack. So it is a front. Okay, different hot swap 10 2.5 hot swap are there. Simple swap for 3.5. This model is for 3.5 hot swap is there. Rear, interior. So inside of this rack server, one single server. Okay. So in a rack like this one, so we have a CPU and all. So I'm going to CPU also. Okay. It is the internal part. One second. Hello. Okay, guys. So these are the internal components like a CPU, RAM, hard disk, power supply kind of stuff. So you can see this is the RAM kind of stuff. Okay, so here it is, a simple rack server. And you can go to the what are the rack server features and models kind of stuff. You can try. What is the benefits of this particular server? It is it's a single processor rack server that integrates power, reliability, flexibility, security, compact one uniform factor suitable for a small, medium business or a edge deployments. Okay, it is actually low end only, but still it is somewhat it is. So you can see it's a one processor, 8 MB cache. You got a 8 GB RAM, but up to 128 we can able to increase it. 3 storage base. Okay, supporting SATA support is there. This is about other descriptions and the cost, and you want to add anything you can add it now and you can customize and you can deploy. So guys, when you see rack, okay, rack servers is not individually like you can use individually like this, but okay, you can use individually by connecting power supply and all, but most of the rack server goes like a multiple racks you can connect in one big rack kind of stuff. Like book racks is there. Yes. Book rack means one rack full point. We have a multiple racks are there in a one single unit. You have multiple racks are there. We'll put a books, right? Same thing. We can put a these servers in a full one single rack, full rack it is. So each rack, each part of rack, each in full data center, each part we can put a one single rack inside. We can insert it directly. Backside connections are there, so it will connect. Okay, so this is your rack server. So each part is a one single server. This is a single server, but we are inserting into this completely. Like lesser the space, better utilization. Okay, less space occupation, more utilization, less wiring complexity. Okay, less wiring complexity, more flexible to connect it, kind of stuff. Yeah, tell me.
What is P2P, sir? P2P is what?
Point to point, peer to peer.
Peer to peer, sir.
That will come. Next one is blade. Not blade, it is a blood. Okay, now Paula. Anyway, it is showing blade. See guys, this is entirely one single rack, one unit. In this one, here it is, multiple blades are there. Each blade is a one single server. So these are all three blades are there. So each blade is a again single server. It contains a processor, motherboard, a hard disk, and SCSI related disk. We can able to connect. RAM is there. Okay, power supply we are connecting. So each blade is a one single server, but we can insert blades into this rack.
I think, sir, Blade server is occupy less area, sir.
Yes. So compared to tower, rack occupies less space, less complex wiring. Okay,
Yes, sir.
but and compared to blade, okay, so once it is done to the blade, it is very less space occupation. It is hot swappable, means suddenly one blade is down, we can remove the blade and we can insert the blade. Simply like a clip type only. It is just you have to open the clip, remove and insert it immediately. It up and
So, sir,
runs.
जो rack server है, rack server is also a swap facility, na?
Swap type. Because it's a connection, like one server down, then automatically swap is there, because no need to go to wire and connect it. So backside it is already fixed connectivity is there, so then we're connecting it. Okay,
Okay.
so and less occupation, and of course if you want to store more data, the problem is if you compare with a regular tower server or a rack server to blade server, you can see here it is, where it is or you front. See, there is a lot of storage, we can able to insert it directly. But if you go to the blade server, BLADE, I have put a blood. Okay, so you cannot see more storage connections on it, because less storage molds are there. So obviously we thought it is don't means the space occupation is less because of less SCSI connections, of course, but we need a storage, right? But actually we have a SAN storage, a separate storage device maintenance. We store the data separately. Of course, internal SSDs are there to store your operating system and application. We have a storage, but not to store the uh, RAID controllers, that kind of stuff is very less here. Okay, because we need a server to process something, to run operating system, to connect devices, kind of stuff is required. Okay, so storing kind of stuff, we store data separately outside of the unit. In the SAN storages only we use it. Storage is separate. So it is one single blade, one server, but additional storage space will be very less inside. Additional storage like a RAID storages, NAS, and like SCSI onboard SCSI storages are very less. It will be stored outside of the server, means separate storage we are maintaining. Where is yours? This is yours. Okay, guys, here it is. Peer-to-peer server and client. Peer-to-peer. So why this is actually blocking the view?
Okay.
Okay. So what is a peer-to-peer? So one PC to another PC communication only. It's not a mesh topology, star topology, ring topology. It's not like that. So we are not having any servers. Just we are communicate one PC to another PC communication only. That's it. Not a more information. Not required to do any other things. It is peer-to-peer means one PC is communicating to another PC. That's it. They can share the data in a particular instance. One PC is sharing data, so other PC accessing the data. That is a peer-to-peer.
Yeah, but means one is server and other one is client.
At one single instant, at certain instant. So it is peer-to-peer, no central server. Individuals can switch between being server and client. Means, for example, my laptop is sharing the screen. You are accessing. In this
Yes.
instant, this is a server and you are a client. For example, just for understanding. In a particular instant only. Okay, it may be like my server become a client, my PC become a client to another server, another machine. Because if I am accessing information from a PC, then I am become client. If I am giving a information to other PC, I am become server. So sometimes I can be a server, sometimes I can be a client. Okay, so there is no permanent server client relationship. Okay, so it's a peer-to-peer. It is a PC to PC communication. Okay, so one is sharing a data, another is accessing a data. So in a particular instant, so then it is become a server and client in a particular instant. It is like this. It is peer-to-peer. Both are a same equal people. Both are equal. Not the peer-to-peer. Both are normal desktops. No specialities. Okay, no additional specialities. But server and client is not like that. Server provide a service, client access a service. There is a server which give you a particular service, like it shares data. You can upload a data, download a data from the server, and maybe you access a website from the server, from web server. Maybe you send and receive a mail from mail server, right? Server and client. Server is always a server. Server provide a service. Client access the service. Server is always a server because client access a particular service from it. Not in a one single instant. It is always a server. Kind of stuff. Okay, so peer to peer is also example for work group because in a peer to peer every PC is a individual PC. Okay, individual PC, not a dependent, no centralized control kind of stuff, no centralized server kind of stuff. Okay, here in the work group, so your work group is nothing but a peer-to-peer only. In a domain environment, that is an example for a domain environment, example for a server client model. There is a centralized PC, centralized controller. Here, domain PCs. Okay. Okay, server and client. Server provide a service, client access a service. Exactly say client request for a service to a server. It asks a server, so I want this particular service. So service send a response. Yes, this is the take this one. Like we ask a web page, we are getting a web page. We ask a web page, it does not contain a web page, then it is say no. Means it does not say no, it will drop the packet. Okay. So server and client model. Server provide a service, This is understandable. Server based on the service. Different type of servers are there: web server, file server, DHCP server, DNS server. Active Directory means domain controller, DHCP server, DNS, WDS, mail servers, VPN servers, virtualization servers, that is different concept. Storage servers, storage servers, okay. Database servers, VPN servers, different type of servers. So how it is become that type of server? First of all, there is a server with a server operating system in it, and there is a device which is by installing built-in feature or by installing some package or by install some application, then the server become a particular server. Each server providing a service means their respect to service related protocols and port numbers also there. So like a web server related to the HTTP, HTTPS, file server FTP, DHCP, DSCP. DHCP server belongs to DHCP protocol, dynamic host configuration protocol. DNS server, it is DNS domain name system. Domain controller, authentication server. WD, yeah. So mail server having SMTP, POP3, map kind of protocols we use. Okay, just for example. So next one is operating system means, so you want to build one server client network. So first of all, we need a server. The server can be a tower server, a rack server, or a blade server. It is a hardware, means your physical server it is. In physical server, you are installing an operating system. So you can install server operating system like a Windows server 2022, 2019, 2016 or 2008 or 2000, 2003 or NT, any of the year. So we install on your server in a physical machine, you installing a server operating system, or you install a Linux based operating system like Red Hat Enterprise Linux, CentOS, Fedora, Debian, like kind of stuff. Or maybe you will install a HP related means Unix related HP, UX, Solaris kind of stuff. Okay, so when you install an operating system into a hardware, it is called as a that particular server. Like it is a Windows server, it is a Linux server, it is a Unix server. In that one, once you are install a particular package or a application, or by installing a role or a feature, it is become a particular server. It can be a SSH server, web server, file server, DHCP server, DNS server, domain controller. Okay, by installing particular application package or a port numbers. Okay, guys, understandable this one.
Yes.
Next one, I given only one point for a data center. Okay, you can search for a data center. What is a data center? Or you can search data center monitoring. Instead of searching a data center, if you search for a data center monitoring, you will get a lot of information about data center. Yes, data center is not a one single unit. It is a combination of multiple units. Like you, so you can type like a Google data center. Okay, see it is. These are all data
Mm.
centers. Google data center kind of stuff. It means it is a larger space we have, and in that one we have a different type of components inside. So what are the components in the data centers? What could be there inside? What could be there inside? Okay. What could be there in this data centers? It is, it can be a small unit or can be a very large multiple units. Okay, it is a very large area with the multiple units, or it is a single unit, not small unit. It is either single unit, ice, or it can be a multiple units in a single space. We call it as a data center. What is the content of data centers? Servers. The physical server, like a tower servers or a blade servers. Generally, it is a blade servers, rack servers, storage devices like a SAN storages, NAS storages. Next one is server, means networking components. Okay, networking components, RAID configurations, networking like a switches, hub, switches, routers, fiber optical cables, or a UTP, STP cables. This is entirely networking related. Okay, and
It
storage,
is a rack
like,
server.
you tell me.
Sir, Google, it is a rack server or a blade server? Ye- You showing the pictures.
So there's a lot of things are there inside. So it is look like a rack. This is look like a rack, but there is a different components in there. So we cannot see very closely also. So you can check in a YouTube, then we can may see little closer, or you can try like what is a rack server, what is a kind of stuff. Yeah, Apple data center building kind of stuff. Okay. If you open, it will take a lot of time to open. So whatsoever it is, guys, what is the content in here? So it can be anything. Okay, where I'm in, what is the things in the data center or infrastructure? When you say infrastructure or a data center, first of all, servers. Either it can be a tower server or generally it is rack server or a blade servers. Their storage devices and SAN storage devices, NAS storage devices. Okay, RAID controllers, SCSI components, networking components like switches and routers, and NICs, HBAs, fiber optical cable connections, normal cable connections. Okay. Mm, enclosures, cooling systems, physical machines like a power supplies, cooling system, power supplies, backup devices. These are all in the one single data center. Monitoring of entire your infrastructure, like how each and every device is working, kind of stuff. Each and every device working, and what is the condition of the device. So how it is performing well or not, like that. You have to check it. That is called a data center monitoring. Okay, so yesterday also we discussed work group and domain.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this also will tell, and we'll take a small break after work group and domain. And I told about active directory, very less point only. So what is a work group and domain? Work group is an individual PC. Normally, you are using a computer. You don't require domain environment. Guys, 1 minute. I have some water and come back. 1 minute. Okay. So anyone is added? Kundan Kumar came.
Sir, Kundan Kumar, sir, present, sir.
Vishwanath came. Vishwanath, Sudhanshu Singh, Ratnesh Kumar, Aman. Vishwanath came now, so why people is not speaking anything? Anurag Singh, 1, 2, 3. Okay, guys. So then we'll see what is work group and domain. Normally, server and client, it means server can be any server, like it's like a web server, or maybe as a mail server, like that. So server client relationship. Okay, application server kind of stuff. But in this one, it is not a server client. It's like a peer-to-peer type, means like a work group models, and it's a controlling model. Okay, it is domain means it is a one group. Group is it's a grouping. Domain means it's like a kind of grouping group. Okay, I think you got the point. Okay, like so one of my trainer means where I learn. He told like it's a political party. He said that domain means it's a kind of political party. Political party means if you are a member of a political party, there is a something like a XYZ political party is there. Okay, so there is a XYZ political parties. You are a member of that political party. It means what are the rules and regulations of XYZ party applicable to you? Dress code you have to follow, gender you have to follow. The something that people wear like this, right? Okay, so they'll wear like this, like Congress wear something like that's a cloth, and so they will solve kind of stuff, salva kind of stuff. Okay, you have to wear that kind of stuff, or maybe you have to speak according to your party. The party decide to give 2,000 rupees every day per a candidate, so you will get a 2,000 rupees. Okay, so all holidays are cancelled. You should be do active. Okay, you have to do daily services. Okay, so this is like a XYZ party's role. You are once you are a member, you are a member of this party, so rules are applicable on your place, right? I'm an individual person. I'm not belongs to any party. I'm not belongs to any party. So is these rules are applicable on you? Hmm? Tell me. Okay, there is a ABC party. This person is belongs to ABC party. So ABC party will put a certain rules on it. Like he said, you have to wear this kind of ABC dress code, or maybe he will give you 5,000 rupees per day to do this daily work. Okay, so he put certain rules and regulations, permissions, like whatever the things are there is applicable than this person. Same XYZ party members will get a permission from XYZ. XYZ cannot give a permission to this person, and this person won't get an access this person don't get any access from like ABC. Why? Both are different. Next, I am not belongs to any of this party. When XYZ or ABC rules are not applicable on me. ABC or XYZ, rules and regulations or permissions or money, anything. Either I won't get any, either good or bad from the both the parties, because I'm not a member of XYZ nor a ABC. I'm an individual person. You guys understand this concept?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So who is this middle person? This is a work group. So work group is not having any binding rules kind of stuff. No centralized control kind of stuff. Is an individual one. So work ground, not a work ground, work group. Okay. But here it is, this user is binded. It means it's a domain. This is the domain and this is the domain. Two separate domains. Okay. So who is the controller? So the party leader is a controller. So he will tell what to do, what not to do. Okay. There is a admin like this. But who is the admin for me? Nothing. I am the admin. Same way, you can easily understand work group and domain. Work group is a decentralized administration. Decentralized administration. Every PC has their own administrator. Account is there. So I want to change my PC background. Or I want to put a one certain rule like you cannot create a data on the this desktop, for example. Okay, so I can do it for my PC from my PC only. I can control it, or I can create that rule using local group policies. I can create that rule. Then I said like you do not create a data on the desktop. Do not delete the data on the desktop. Do not create a data on the desktop, or you have to tell like a what kind of network policy you have to maintain, or maybe what is your desktop background you have to maintain. Okay, so that is each individual PC as their local administrator, so they will control their PC things. Okay, so that is called a work group. No centralized administration. It is a decentralized administration, means every PC has their own local admin. So he will do the settings, installation, uninstallations, permissions, and all. And one PC admin cannot be access to another PC. Okay, but as an individual person, that is okay, because I have a laptop, I will become a controller of my laptop. Okay, but in an organization, you have multiple computers. So there is a person who is going to be take care of each and every computer. So multiple computers means each and every PC. If you go to each and every PC and create a certain settings, you are applying certain settings on each and every PC. It is very difficult once it is large number of computers are there. Then what is the solution? You can use the domain. So domain is a centralized administration. There is a centralized controller. It's called a domain controller. It's nothing but a server. Okay. So domain controller has the information about your users, groups, computers, and other information. So domain controller enforce various type of settings to the computers in domain, so then they will get the settings. So you need to go to each and every PC to apply the settings. Simply we'll create a settings in a group policies, and we will apply the policy settings to each and every domain computer. Okay, and users can log into any domain computer, because domain users are created, and domain computers are in domain computer information, domain user information, domain user passwords information. Everything is stored in a centralized server. Guys, that is about your work group and domain. Next is Active Directory. Guys, understand work group and domain, decentralized and centralized administration. Now only speaking. Okay. What is domain? Or Active Directory domain or AD domain. So it is a centralized administration. But one more point is here. Yes, a logical administrative boundary of users and computers. The logical administrative boundary of users and computers. What is that meaning? Logical administrative boundary means, already I told, I have a XYZ party. You are a member of XYZ party. That is your boundary. Okay. For example, this person, this person, this person. These three are in the same home, but both are three are in a different places. Their boundaries are different. Okay. So very simply, you can say it is logical administrative boundary. So the computers, those who are added into the domain, and the users, those who are created under domain controller. Okay, so that is the administrative boundary. Not everything in the same network. So only people who are belongs to the domain, the users or computers belongs to the domain comes under one boundary. That is called logical administrative boundary of users and computers. What is AD? Active Directory. What is AD? Active Directory. What is an Active Directory? It is a Active Directory database. It maintains a database first. It stores identity of users, computers, groups, services, and resource information. And Active Directory authenticates users and computers when they log into domain network. Okay, very simply say when user is trying to log in, so Active Directory authenticate that user because of user information, computer information stored in a Active Directory database. So database name is mtds.dat and it uses a protocol to authenticate Kerberos or LDAP. This Microsoft service, it is a Microsoft service, Windows Server 2000 at a Windows Server 2000 times, then Active Directory name is introduced, then it is changed to Active Directory is changed to Active Directory Domain Services. It is a Windows Server 2008. At the time of Windows Server 2008. So Active Directory Domain Services name came. Okay. Still we are using. And Azure AD. So AD is there. What is Azure AD? So Azure is a Microsoft public cloud, and Azure AD is Active Directory services from Azure cloud. So if you are taking your organization want to take your organization want to provide a Active Directory services, but problem is you cannot able to offer a physical installation of servers on your premises, or providing network security or a physical security, physically like a fault tolerance, okay, high availability services. It is very easy to go to Azure cloud services, and you can simply tell we need a Active Directory services. So you can just create your domain name, and you create a domain name and create a users in it and share the username and password to the user, so then they can easily log in. Yes, up to here. Yesterday I told, of course, I told about something about a cloud computing, which is already right? Service models, what is cloud, benefits of cloud, types of clouds. Okay, so take a break, guys. Take a 10 minutes break, and we'll be start with the DHCP. Okay. Up to now, any doubts, or please tell me. Any doubts, any questions? Understand